Hey, greetings, salutations, and good morning, sports fans. It is The Drive, your local boys and girls in studio here. It is a Throwdown Thursday, and we are live here on 99.5, 95.3 in St. George. What's going on up in Cedar City? Everybody tuned in on 93.1. Hello. We originate out of Parowan, Utah. That's God's country on 1400 AM, no matter where you're listening around southern Utah. Thanks for locking us in. Also, welcome in everybody watching the show. Remember, you can subscribe on our YouTube page. You can always watch the show, see some of the highlights we're talking about. We've got Jeremiah Jensen, JJ, dropping by the show today, KSL anchor of the sports team up there in Salt Lake City, the Star Valley, Wyoming product. Haven't had him on the show for quite some time. We'll talk Jazz upcoming draft next week. We'll talk Utes, Cougars off season, his thoughts on all things sports in the great state of Utah. But let's start with the best thing this morning. It's brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course, where you can play for $80 this summer. Special lunch, a drink, the round, the golf court, and the range balls, all for just $80. Get your tee times. Call and ask for the radio special, 435-688-1700. Well, I can tell you what it won't be. It won't be Ronaldo. Portugal forgot he was playing.
You're not doing his little
the 41-year-old had the second lowest amount of touches he's ever had in a World Cup game. And did I mention he's 41? He's played in a lot of them. This is his sixth. And just 25 touches, second lowest for any Portugal team. So not going soccer today. I'm going to my favorite sport. I'm going to golf. And it's really just the excitement level for our 126th Natty. This is going to be a grueling test over the weekend. Last time we were at Shinnecock Hills, it was Brooks Koepka. What was it, 2018? The winning score was 1 over par. Brooks Koepka. Nobody broke par. We had Bob Casper on the show yesterday, Real Golf Radio. He expects it to be tough conditions. Really, he made it sound like, you can birdie the two par fives. There's only two. Most golf courses have four. And he said 10 is gettable if the weather permits. But he said there's not a lot of chances. He said there's going to be a lot of bogeys, double bogeys, triple bogeys, and worse at this golf course. And the weather is not on the side of the players this morning. Other than the softer conditions, they are actually about to resume. They have been suspended for play. There's only a handful of guys on the course right now. Leaders are at even par. They've only played one hole. So, everybody's either even 1 over or 2 over, and there's about 12 guys on the golf course before it got suspended. But they are about to resume play. I'm all fired up for this morning wave. Paul, Tara.
Yeah.
Brooks Koepka, Cam Young, Chris Gotterup are going to tee off real soon. Right behind them, Rory McIlroy, Tara's sneaky number 1 draft pick on our draft yesterday.
So sneaky.
Ludwig Aubert.
Don't be suspicious.
Tommy
Don't be suspicious.
Lad. Yes. How about Rory?
You're going to sneak up on people with that pick.
Hey, I'll tell you, Rory and Tommy paired together is a really good pairing for those two buddies.
Yeah.
They're both from
Better
England
pairing than
and
Bryson
Ireland.
and Rory when they didn't talk to each other, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
They're going to be chopping it up out there, having a good time.
Yeah, I think Rory was jealous of the YouTube channel, and I think Bryson was jealous of the major championships that Rory had won that he hadn't. So they just didn't talk. Scotty Scheffler in the morning wave.
Yeah.
With defending champ J.J. Spawn and Mason Howell. Afternoon waves, if the wind kicks up, going to be a tough afternoon because it's already windy in the morning.
Windy,
And rainy on top of it.
Foggy, too, I saw on TV watching this morning. The conditions are
They were
not
showing
great.
the flags just like whipping.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Some of the greens are going to be really difficult. I don't know if you've been watching, if you've been, seeing some of the social media videos of Rory putting all the way up to the edge of the green on a 6-footer, and he hits it like 50 feet, and it comes back and almost goes in the hole. Like, this golf course is not an easy golf course, but in the afternoon, Aaron Rye, Colin Morikawa, Jason Day in the same group. Paulie will be checking out what Jason's wearing for the attire.
Yes.
Bryson with Victor Hovland, Matt Fitzpatrick. In the afternoon wave, JT, Hideki, Xander paired together. Justin Rose, Jordan Spieth, John Rahm paired together. Those are some of your notable tee times. Now, the tee times are all screwed up because of the suspension. So everything's going to be pushed back roughly. I mean, Rory, Ludwig, and Tommy should have been playing like hole 4 right now. And they haven't even, they're not even close to teeing off. They're still 30, 40 minutes from teeing off at the earliest. People are moving and players are getting back into position. There's not very many on the course right now, but I am already fired up. This golf course, the weather, the field, it's our 126th national championship, the U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills. And I am going to probably log, I'm guessing, on the go, 20 plus hours of viewing this weekend, including probably about 8 hours on Sunday, just Sunday. Half of my viewing will be the final round. I will watch start to finish on Sunday. Because it's Father's Day and I get to do what I want on Father's Day.
Yeah.
So one day a year,
That's fair.
I get to do what I want.
Yeah, I like
Robin's
that.
like, what do you want to do? You don't hear those words coming out of the mouth of my wife very often. What do you want to eat? What do you?
Yeah, there
I
you
might
go.
get up.
You should have said I want to fly out and go to Shinnecock.
I
Be there
know.
watching.
I know. Problem is,
You missed it.
Problem is we're leaving to go to New York next weekend. We're gonna go out to New York and Boston, little family trip. I've never been to either city other than to the airport.
Okay.
And so we are actually going to try to go to a World Cup game in New Jersey
Awesome.
on June 30th. It would be a knockout game.
Okay.
But I haven't bought tickets yet because they're too dang steep. They're $1,200 a ticket get-in price 2 days ago. They went up to $1,400 for the cheapest seat
I don't think they're
at
coming
the
down.
Meadowlands. I don't think they're coming down either, unless somebody's team that loses that thinks they're maybe there's an upset.
What, it's at MetLife?
It's at MetLife.
Yeah.
And what is that in Jersey? East Rutherford. Yeah. So that is, and then July 1st, we're going to take a guess. The Washington
Hamilton.
Nationals
Oh, yeah.
and the
Red
Boston
Sox.
Red Sox.
Yeah.
That
Go
is-
Nats.
of all the games and of all
That's
the teams,
the one you get.
I have to hear. I hear Paulie's.
My
Oh,
boys.
my boys are coming. They got a better record than your Mariners and your Padres. And so that'll
only a fact.
That'll be. I've never been to Fenway. Have you been to Fenway?
Yes.
Tara, have you been to Fenway?
I have not been to Fenway, no.
Okay, so Paulie, what was that first experience at Fenway like? What do I have in store? I've been to Wrigley.
Yeah.
I've been to some of the parks.
The cobblestone area around the park, all the bars. It's got a really nice feel around Fenway. And then once you go in, we didn't sit in the Green Monster or anything, but if you have the privilege to do that and pay extra, I just have
not very many seats up on top of the Green Monster.
I went with a friend who'd already done it a few times, and he just didn't want to do it. So we sat on the third baseline, I think about 25, 26 rows up, and it was an awesome experience.
Nice.
It's an old school park. It's got all the feels. It's got the historic aspect. They've got a little Hall of Fame area you can walk through, Ted Williams, some of the luminaries and whatever. But it was an awesome time going to Fenway.
I'm
and the
excited.
area around the park, much like Wrigley.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do around the park. Wrigley's famous for having the rooftop bars that can see into the stadium. Fenway's famous, I think, for just the entire vibe around the stadium.
Oh, it's
amazing.
iconic.
Yeah.
Wrigley was really cool because we took the train down. I think it's the D train or red train. I can't remember the name of the train.
Yeah.
But we got off. It was Memorial Day weekend, and so we got off like a couple blocks before Fenway, and we walked down.
Yeah.
And it was like a street fair with live music and bands, and you go into the speakeasy, and then you stop and you get a churro, and then you keep going and get a deep dish slice of pizza. It was really cool. So I'm really excited. It's one ballpark I have never been to, and we are off and running. That's the best thing.
Have you seen The Town, the movie The Town?
No.
With Jeremy Renner, Ben Affleck?
No, I need to watch it before I go.
Yeah, it's a Boston movie. It's a little different kind of take. They rob Fenway Park and stuff, but it's a good movie. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, it's good. All right.
No
one's seen it. I was hoping I could connect with somebody here.
Yeah, man, 2 movie references from Movie Paul in 2 days.
I'm not movie Paul. I never have been.
Well,
I don't
two
We
think-
still didn't ever
references in-
figure out what reference he was talking about yesterday, though.
Yeah.
We still don't know
He's
what movie
quoting
that
a
was.
movie that nobody ever watched or heard of.
Oh, the Moore thing.
Yeah.
I think it was Annie, the movie Annie, upon further review.
Little Orphan Annie?
Well,
I've
Orphan
seen
Annie
that.
asking for food, and they say more, and she doesn't get any. I think that's where it comes from, because My sisters love that movie as kids.
Okay.
I've seen it like a million times. So
Okay.
I think that's where that comes from.
I have seen that
No soup
movie,
for you.
but it's probably been 30, 40 years
Yeah.
since I saw that movie. So I don't remember that
You're
line.
not Daddy
Maybe the
Warbucks?
reference didn't land that time, but I'm going to work on landing a reference that hits today. All right.
Yep.
I defer to Tara to go next.
Okay, my best thing was the Padres. Not only did they win last night, but they turned the park into an office for the day. And it was pretty epic. Let me pull up this video. Go to the right screen here.
How do they turn the park into an
Oh,
office?
you're going to find
You're
out.
going to find out.
I have not seen this.
It's a remote work day.
It's remote work day because, yeah,
We got a
on
sales call
Wednesday.
in while here at the ballpark and closed the deal. So this is a remote work Wednesday with Petco Park. We're gonna make Petco Park the most productive office in all of America today.
What do you do for work?
Casey, I'm a product marketing manager.
Hi, I'm Athena. I'm also an event manager.
All of us do PM work.
All of these. people
Everybody's
behind
got
me,
their
yeah.
laptops at the ballpark.
Commercial real estate. I'm Bradley. I'm a commercial real estate developer. What up? I'm Josh. I do customer experience and marketing.
Go beer.
I work in finance and operations.
And I'm Milena. I'm an environmental consultant.
I'm Claire. I'm a media buyer.
I'm Jeff, and I'm a senior graphic designer.
I'm Tim.
They all got their beers and like their laptops.
Work in software sales.
Does your boss know that you're here?
No.
No.
I actually just ran into in the parking garage on the way here. He didn't know I was coming, but at least I'm on the hot spot working.
Yes, with some mixed emotions.
Oh, Susie, I'm not responding to your f***ing email.
But she
We're logged in on Teams, so we're good.
My boss doesn't know I'm here specifically, but I'm about to send him a picture.
She literally has a sign that says, "My boss doesn't know I'm here."
Hey, I'm a remote worker, so I'm everywhere.
We needed to bring the boss with us because he has the company card. So first round of beers was on him.
Nah, she's busy. I blocked my calendar.
I also blocked my calendar, moved all my meetings.
How much work are you actually getting done?
I don't know. I just move our mouths and see what goes.
Plan on being very productive for these 2 hours.
Oh, I'm going to get a lot of work done.
He's got the laptop on his head.
Over the span of like 3 hours.
We're going to knock out the Q4 marketing plan today.
We got a sales call in while here at the ballpark.
I love
and
the
closed
shirt
deal.
and tie with like
Baby.
shorts.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually getting a good amount done. I'm about to deliver a little bit of a proposal. No calls will be taken today.
There's going to be a lot of networking going on. There's going to be a lot of binding policies. There's going to be some coverage.
I feel like I'll be really productive. Really good at multitasking. That's like the name of the game in my job.
Corporate America's not real. We're saving PDFs, not live. So it can wait till tomorrow.
We're saving PDFs, not lives.
Yeah.
Saving the PDF
That's a
on your
good line to
computer.
end it. Yeah.
Brilliant line.
Pretty solid idea by the Padres.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of people there.
Yeah.
with
And
their
during the
laptops.
game, they showed like the crowd and everything, and they're all just kind of sitting there like with their laptops, like fake ones and real ones. And
That is a great bit. I mean,
it's a day game, right? It's a day
yeah,
game.
yeah, it was
one.
the middle of the day yesterday.
It looks like a lot of empty seats still, though.
No,
that's kind of
that was
par for
pregame.
the course.
That was pregame.
I'm looking right there.
Petco Park is usually pretty packed.
And
Yeah,
that's
but
it-
this was all pregame.
Is that in St. Louis that I'm looking at right there? Is that the clip from yesterday?
This was the clip from yesterday.
Look at all those empty seats.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot
red
of
seats
Well,
at
it's
Petco.
Wednesday,
that
middle
can't
of
be
the
Petco.
day. No, I think this was St. Louis. This
Yeah,
was from the
that's
other
St.
day.
Louis.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
not the right. I was going to say that can't
the
be.
red stands. It can't be.
Yeah.
That's
no,
what I was
it's not.
thinking. Okay, I just saw the empty seats on the video above
Yeah.
it and thought, "Wow,
Oh
where?"
yeah, that was that was a
like
different.
that's a great excuse to go to the ballpark.
I know.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, boss, they're doing this cool promotion. You good with it? Yep, go ahead.
Remote work.
What
camp.
about the guy that said he saw his boss in the parking
parking
garage?
lot? I was like, I didn't know he was coming.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He's like, does your boss know you're here? I saw him in the parking lot. Pretty good.
What are the odds of that?
Right?
That's pretty crazy.
30, 40,000
Yeah.
fans, and you bump into your boss in the parking garage.
On remote work day.
Yeah.
He was trying to take his parking spot. He knows right where it's at.
It's like, dang it.
Crap, his boss is here today. I can't park there.
Yeah.
Guess I have to pay $50 to park. Okay, best thing. Office work day at Petco Park.
Solid.
How many times a
It's
year do
solid.
they just have you bring your pet to Petco?
I mean, they do.
They
I think
do.
all the parks do that now. Bring your pup to the park thing.
Yeah.
I know the Nats do and Pirates do it. I was there a weekend. They had the pups in the park promotion, but
Yeah.
this is cooler than that.
They had that video of
Less
the-
stinky.
Less
Yeah, less
stinky.
stinky.
Yeah.
But it was like the golden
Less-
retriever, and he had like his little ball cap on.
Yeah.
And eating a hot dog. He's like, this guy's just living his best life.
That's right.
For the pet at Petco Park.
bringing the dogs to the park, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I'm watching the
I love
highlights
baseball.
of the golf.
Oh, yeah.
We've resumed play at the U.S. Open. That land by the flag and went all
the way back.
all the way to he's got a 50-yard chip back up the hill. It's gonna get all the way into the rough. All right, Paulie, best thing.
Best thing.
Yes, I'm going to go in the realm of hockey today, even though the season and the series is over for everybody. All the teams are in the offseason at this point, but the offseason brings the injury updates after the season concludes, and Kelly McCrimmon offered the following updates yesterday. William Karlsson will have surgery on his broken wrist. Noah Hannafin had an upper body injury that would have forced him to miss 6 to 8 weeks if it were the regular season. McNabb had 3 injuries that would have kept him out of the lineup in the regular season. And the best thing I saw, obviously all those injuries are big and those guys were dealing with a lot of nagging things, but the guy that had 12 playoff points and became the all-time leading playoff producer for the Golden Knights in the playoffs is Mark Stone, and he played from the Ducks series on with a torn abductor. So for anyone that doesn't know the anatomy of the abductor, it's pretty much right on the leg area. It's where you get most of your mobility from. And for him to play with that injury, that serious of an injury, and still score a bunch of goals, have assists, be a big part of the defensive play as well, I think Mark Stone deserves the best thing I saw today, because that is a warrior. That is a captain personified. So I'm really encouraged by that sign. I can't wait for next season. But
And yet at the exit interviews, it was Mark Stone that was saying, I'm so proud of these guys. Guys were playing injured. Guys were playing hurt. We gutted it out.
not even talking about himself. No. Which
And
is
he
what
might
a
have had the
captain
most,
does.
other than the broken wrist from Carlson that knocked him out the last 2.5 games of the season. It was Stone that probably had the worst injury.
Playing through it.
Yeah, him and McNabb, the puck to the face couldn't have felt good. That had to have been hard to play through that.
Yeah, the bird
Hannafin
cage
makes sense because he was below mediocre.
He was.
He had a bad series.
A lot of giveaways. I mean,
that
just
makes
bad
sense.
possession. It kind of makes sense with Hannafin.
Yeah, but I really thought we would hear something on Jack the way that the finals went. I thought maybe he had something nagging, but it must have been just normal wear and tear because there was no limitations really to report.
No reported
surgery
injuries.
coming in the offseason for Jack Eichel.
I'm sure some bumps and bruises and some bone bruises maybe, like all the hockey players have, but nothing that required a procedure.
All right, best thing off and running. It is a throwdown here on the Fan Sports Network. Glad you're locked. Glad you're loaded. Don't touch that dial. We got a good show on tap for you today. When we come back, lots to get to. Stick around. We have somebody under par at the U.S. Open. James Nicholas just chipped in for a birdie, or it was
Through one hole.
long putt from the fringe. Yeah, through 3 holes. He went par birdie.
Nice.
I think that might be the first birdie of the morning, if I'm not mistaken. Again, there's only a handful of golfers on the course because they were in a suspended weather delay in New York this morning. Miles Russell just teed off, the 17-year-old. It is not Charlie Woods on his bag. It is his swing coach, Roman Bescansa, who last caddied in a major at Shinnecock Hills for a guy that I caddied in the same group at Pinehurst, number 8 with.
Nice.
Russell Knox.
Okay.
He was on the bag of Russell Knox. I was at a Junior Worlds when my son was 14, so this was 7 years ago. And I get to day 2, and I'm on like hole 7 or 8. And I said to the other caddy, who happened to work at Pinehurst, was one of the assistant pros. And then there's me, radio guy.
The radio guy.
6 handicapper.
Yeah.
And I'm caddying with, the pro at Pinehurst and Russell Knox of the PGA Tour. I was outmatched when it comes to caddy
Russell,
ability.
the PGA pro, and a radio guy.
Yeah, that's right. But I'll tell you what, I said to the kid that worked at Pinehurst, for his name, it's been a little while, but I said, this guy can read greens. And he was on the other side, and he was scoping it out and reading greens for his nephew. He's caddying for his nephew that was paired with my son.
That's what I
And he's like, do you know who that is? And I'm like, I have no idea. I mean, we played 7 holes. I'm just like, all I know is he can read greens. And he's like, that's Russell Knox. That's his nephew. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So at the end of the round, I was like, hey, Russell, nice to carry a bag with you. And, do you mind if me and my son take a picture with you and your nephew? And so we all took a group photo, and he was very cool. That's very cool. But yeah, that's my Russell Knox story. Made me think of it because Miles Russell, he's the next big thing. He's going to go to Florida State with Charlie Woods. They're going to be teammates. And he's going with his swing coach.
Nice.
We are off and running at the U.S. Open. We'll be dropping in updates throughout the day. Brandon Wu just birdied his first hole of the day. The wind looks like it's gusting up to 20 right now. They're saying it could be gusting up to 35 plus today in the afternoon. So the weather is going to get tougher, it looks like, as we go further into the day. And if you're watching this morning, or you're going to work and you're going to pop it on your computer or whatnot, you can see the wind is going to be a big factor. Yeah. But with the overnight rain, that will soften the greens a little bit. So you're going to have to deal with the wind, but it won't be as lightning fast because of some of the precipitation. So those are kind of some of the storylines as we are just getting underway. Opening round.
Kind of got a little example on video here from Harry Higgs. Harry
Higgs. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he was teed off before the suspension, and this is just how this course is playing.
Yeah.
Foggy, windy, and he let it fly here. Watch this.
Downwind shot to a very elevated green.
It's like a good shot, right?
Oh, wow.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Not on this course.
That is not going to stop, and this ball.
Oof. Need a little more spin on it.
40, 50
Get it to sit.
That's not what you want.
A little less spin, There's too much spinach there. He lands pin high, goes all the way back down into the fairway.
Oh, man.
The oldest competitor, that does give you a little taste of how tough it's playing this morning. Padraig Harrington is playing with Cam Smith and Miles Russell. 54 years old. He is the oldest player in our 126th U.S. Open. So we will keep you posted throughout the day on that. Wanted to get into a little bit of a fun comp here with 3 potential draftees in next week's NBA draft. All 3 could potentially land themselves in a Utah Jazz uniform, with the Jazz drafting 2 and the Wizards uncertainty what they're doing. I think all 3 are very much in play. Yeah. And so Paulie said, let's do a satisfaction meter for Jazz Nation out there. How satisfied would you be on a scale of 1 to 100 if you have
1 to 100.
1 to 100
right.
satisfaction meter if you get, and we'll start with Carlos Boozer's son, Cameron Boozer.
All right. Cameron Boozer for me would be about a 70, 75 on the scale of satisfaction.
Well, which one is it, 70 or 75?
I'll split it. I'll go 72.5 for you.
Okay, we're going to have to add your 3 up, so that's very, you're going to have to do the math on that.
All right, I'll be able to crunch it up here.
You better do another half point somewhere so you can round up. Otherwise, you're going to be in math
Carry and a
nightmare.
half, yeah.
72 and a half.
72 and a half.
For Boozer.
It's a C grade, passing grade, but I just... somehow Boozer, he's just not the athlete. I know he tested well at the combine, but I watched him play at Duke. He's a below-the-rim player. He's got a nice shot. He can rebound really well. I think he will be an elite rebounder in the NBA. I just don't think he's going to be a 20-plus point scorer. I think he's going to be somewhere in the 16 to 18 range. 10, 12 rebounds, a good player for you for a long time. But for me, I think there are better prospects out here. My satisfaction rating, 72.5 with Cameron Boozer.
Okay, Tara, satisfaction on Boozer.
Yeah, I would say 75 because I do think he is a good player. He's going to be reliable.
Yeah.
Like you said, he may not be outstanding. He may not be a Brunson or a Wemby or anything like that, but he's going to be reliable. He's going to show up and play. He has the work ethic. His dad played for the Jazz, and I think he would be happy to be there. And so I think he would show up every game and try his hardest. And I think he would be a reliable player for the Jazz. So I'd say 75.
Okay.
All right, close, but a little higher than me. What do you got?
I will go 92.
92.
22 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, 4 assists a game, shot 56%. He's a better three-point shooter than you think. 39% in college his 1 year at Duke.
That's right.
Might be the safest prospect. He's got all that high-level AAU, the season at Duke, high-level in the ACC. I think he's got a basketball IQ off the charts. He rebounds, he passes, he scores, he defends. Look, he could make the All-Star team 10 years plus, and it wouldn't surprise me one bit. I'll go 92 here. I actually really like Boozer.
I do like Boozer.
Okay.
Doesn't have AJ's athletic ceiling, doesn't have Peterson's shot creation
Just
package.
doesn't have the burst and vertical explosiveness that the other guys have.
Yeah, and 92, I'm going on potential here. Some scouts wonder if he's more great than a generational talent.
That's what I'm worried about.
A great talent versus a generational talent.
I think I agree with Terry. He's going to be a
He's gonna be
consummate
reliable.
pro. He's going to show up. He's going to play hard.
Here is my comp with the 92. I think the upside is Chris Webber, and the that's the generational, like a Chris Webber type player. I would be very happy.
Hall of Famer.
If you get Boozer with the 2 to 3 pick, and he's as good as Chris Webber was, I think you would take that in a heartbeat right now. Got a little bit of Al Horford in him too.
That'd be a good career as well.
Yeah. So that's where I'm a lot higher than you guys on Boozer. Plus the fact that his dad played in Utah. I don't hate it if the Jazz ended up with Boozer. If you would have told me before the season the Jazz would get Boozer, I would have took it. I would have wanted DeBonza, but I would have took Boozer in a heartbeat and not been unhappy. So on my satisfaction meter, I'm going 92.
92. So we got a 92, a 75, and a 72.5. Let's go to the next player here. Let's go with Darren Peterson. Much talked about. Much talked about. Good and bad. Very polarizing figure as we approach the draft. Some think he's the best talent in the draft. Others say his last season at Kansas is his undoing. Where do you fall on Darren Peterson?
I go 94 out of 100.
Okay, higher than Boozer.
20.2 points per game, 38%, 1 percentage point lower than Boozer. Good free throw shooter, shot at about 83%. But the shot making ability is what I love. Best pure shooter. He could be the closest thing to the next, Steph Curry in this draft class. He is the best pure scorer in this draft class. He's the best guard prospect. He can create offense against anybody, and there's a lot of excitement about him. The downside, though, and why I only went 94, is simply the injury concerns that popped up during this season.
Absolutely.
And he doesn't rebound very well.
No, not for his size. What is he, 6'6"?
Yeah, I mean, slightly smaller value when you compare him to Boozer, who's 6'10", or
is he
DeBonza,
6'5" or 6'6"
who's
officially?
6'9".
I think Peterson is what?
I think he's listed 6'5".
6'5". Okay, I thought he was a little taller. 6'5". Okay, I will go for Peterson.
You got to be able to score in the NBA.
Yeah, you need points, and guards are the ones that drive it. We just saw Brunson score 45 in a closeout game. I'm going to go 85 for Peterson. I think 85, a B grade, a B plus in some schools and metrics.
If the Wizards take him number 1, they're drafting an 85. If the Jazz get him at 2, their satisfaction meter is 85.
It's higher than Boozer, though. So I would absolutely want Peterson if I'm the Jazz. I think he is the best pure talent in the draft. Just the way he was talked about by the high school analysts, Ben Cardi, Borzello, Goodman. When this guy was coming up through the AAU circuit, he was the undeniable number 1 player. Really what ruined him is his college year. I mean, it ruined him. So I'm surprised.
It didn't ruin him. He's still going to be
and that's
top
my
pick in the
point.
draft, potentially.
He's going to be the number 1 or 2 pick, and he had a disastrous year. That just shows you how talented this guy really is.
20 points a game is disastrous.
People are still going to take him at 2.
I know.
I mean,
Wizards are going to take him at 1, I thought you said the other day.
They could.
They could.
So you changed your tune now. It's the Jazz at 2?
I mean, I say that this is an exercise for the Jazz, not the Wizards.
Yeah.
I'd be happy at 85 for the Jazz with Darren Peterson.
And I'm 94. Tara.
I'm going 50. Because I feel like with Peterson, it's either going to be boom or bust. So he's either going to show up and he's going to be great, or he's going to be a horrible player.
You're hedging the difference on a scale of 1 to 100 right down the line.
It's a
It's a 50-50, so I'm going with 50.
That is a
because
coin flip.
I don't believe in him.
That is a risky proposition.
His last, year in college, I was not impressed. And maybe he's fixed it. Maybe he's going to be better.
Maybe the
going
creatine,
into the NBA.
Maybe tried a new brand of creatine.
Yeah,
Cellucor versus the GNC brand, Bucked Up.
I don't know that I would bet on that, though.
Yeah. All right.
I would take Boozer. Yeah.
That it was kind of the precursor. When I said his name, she went.
Yeah.
Peterson.
She kind of tipped her hand a little bit.
And I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that he is, the boom and not the bust, but you never know.
You never know.
I feel like you're taking a bigger risk on him.
So 85,
92,
94, and 50. All right, let's go to the final prospect here. This is the not a native son. He's from Brockton, Massachusetts, but Utah's kind of adopted Mr. A.J. DeBonzo, who played his high school ball here, college ball at BYU.
He's lived in this state off and on for the last 2 years.
That's right.
So he's very acclimated to the state. I mean, he jumped out of the plane at San Holo Golf Course with a Red Bull gear on.
Yeah. He's done things at McDonald's and Hurricane, I think.
Yeah.
He was doing he was working the window.
Yep.
And so, we hear he goes to a lot of BYU volleyball, soccer, all kinds of, I don't think you can skew him as a me guy.
No.
A lot of people in the national media trying to say, where were the other teammates last year? Who else was scoring? Is he a ball hog? Is he a me guy? I just knowing him and knowing him the way we know him personally, coming in here one time and his dad, they just seem like a good family.
You and I probably have met DeBonza twice.
Yeah.
We were out at the dunk contest at the showcase at Utah Prep.
He didn't like that you gave him a 9 or whatever on his
Well,
dunk.
he was screwing around.
Yeah, he was a judge in the dunk contest.
Oh,
Everyone gives
Devin.
him 10s, and he gives him like a 9 or
Because
something.
he wasn't even trying.
Oh, my gosh.
And it was still so good, but it wasn't maximum effort. But it's an exhibition show.
Just for fun.
Yeah, in the press conference afterwards, he go, "Oh, I remember you. You're the guy that gave me the 9."
He had stuck with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably still to this day.
Out of 100, satisfaction rating for AJ DeBonzo.
Go ahead, Tara.
100.
100, she says.
Okay. Wow, 50, 75, and
Valedictorian.
100.
Yeah.
There is a wide
Straight A.
gap between these three.
Yeah. You got a 50, a 75, and a 100. You got 25 increments.
Yeah. You got an F, and a C, and an A.
Yeah. Man, this student sucks.
No, I love DeBonza. And he's a team player. He's a great guy. He's going to come in. He's going to work hard. He's going to do what it takes to win because he does. He wants to win, and he's a great player. And So it's just all upside for me for DeBonza.
I think no matter where AJ goes, you're going to get a positive attitude. You're going to get the work ethic. I think you're spot
You're going to get
on.
100%.
Yeah, and I think where Jazz fan satisfaction meter has to be the highest on AJ is because he wants to be a Jazz man.
Yes.
He would be 100% fine to stay in the state of Utah. And I think his parents would be as well. I mean, look, him and his parents chose BYU over, mighty North Carolina.
Yeah.
And
Baylor, Kansas,
like the big blue blood programs with a lot of natties hanging in the stadium. So that has to be the bump X factor for me. Mm-hmm. I am going 96 out of 100.
96.
The only scary thing that keeps me from joining UTerra is the three-point shooting at the combine, the three-point shooting inconsistent during the season. And I agree with you. It doesn't scare me, but that's the only reason I don't give him those extra 4 points.
All right.
He's the most elite. He can defend the most positions. He averaged an NCAA high, 25.5 points this year. That led the country. 6.8 rebounds, so you're going to get that variable. Almost 4 assists a game, and he was 51% from the field.
Yeah.
It's the body, it's the creation, it's the elite athleticism, the two-way star potential.
Yeah.
That's why I have AJ the highest of the three.
All right, I'm going to go 95 for AJ as it pertains to the Jazz faithful. I think this is the guy they want. This is the guy they've wanted for a while. He's a great prospect.
This is why you got fined by the NBA. You wanted this guy.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
right. You were tanking for this
This
guy.
is why you got on the airwaves before the season, and we heard Austin Ames say, we are going to play to win. We are not going to tank this year. And then they said, wait a minute, it's AJ DeBonza. And then scrap what I said. Let's lose as many games and pull all the starters every fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, there's been some things that the national media, obviously the Washington media, who's thinking about taking DeBonza, they're being real critical of a lot of things they say. He did say in a quote, pre-draft, I have a lot of highlight plays. I put butts in seats. I am the box office. I mean, that's a little bit of a big, bold statement. But knowing this kid, he is not a me guy.
But he did get a little shot happy in some games.
He did.
But there was other games where Rob Wright would, I go to the Arizona.
But who else was on that team? That's what I go back to.
Basically him and Rob Wright.
That's right. So, like, in the NBA, you've got other guys. You're going to have other superstars. Right. So he's not going to be a ball hog at the NBA level. He also said, I am going to be the number 1 overall pick. It's been my dream since the beginning. I mean, a lot of people are misconstruing these quotes.
Confidence
he's a supremely confident
just taking
guy.
it out of context.
Yeah, he's a supremely confident guy, not a cocky guy, not a bad teammate or any of that. So I'm going to go 95 for AJ. So 95, 85, 72.5 for me.
Okay. All right. So I have the highest marks. Then I'm 92, 94, 96.
Yeah, you're very close.
That was brave.
Again, if you would have told me before the season started as a Jazz fan, you're going to get Boozer, Peterson, or DeBonza. Before the last season, I would have said 100% love it, love it, love it.
But now the circumstances have changed. You have the
they
two.
though?
Yes.
How have they changed?
You're only going to have.
You're now the number 2 pick. Now it's reality.
It's reality. That's what I mean. It's not just theorizing. You're actually in the real spot now in the two pick. You're on deck. You're just waiting for the Wizards to take one. So presumably you have the option to take 2 of the 3 guys here. So I don't know. I think or someone else. I saw yesterday the Jazz reportedly had Darius Acuff in for a workout.
Who I love.
Blown away
like
was the quote. Blown away. So does he factor in as a trade back there? But I think if they stay at 2, it's one of these 3 guys.
I think he could move up ahead of Peterson or even Boozer on their big
Somebody
board.
said if Acuff was 6'5", he'd be the number 1 pick in this draft.
Oh,
he's 6'2".
His motor is
I'm a big
unbelievable.
fan of his.
Yeah.
Even preseason, I said I liked him.
It sounds like we all love Darius Acuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Confidence meter on the Jazz. How confident are you? What's your score for Peterson, DeBonza, or Boozer? Shoot us a text. Text line open, 435-990-9950. Love to get some feedback from our listeners in the break. Come back and give you a couple of those. Am I too high? 92 for Peterson or Boozer? 94 for Peterson?
50 for Peterson.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yes.
He can shoot it.
Yeah.
The goal is to score buckets, but you got to be on the court.
Got to be on the court.
You got to be
to
on the
score
court.
buckets. Yeah,
And what's your argument all the time, Paul? Like playing defense.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's why I think I'm so high on DeBonza.
I always say you
he's
can't
the best
make the-
two-way player.
You can't make the
Is
club
that why you
in the
didn't like
tub.
Luka? Because he doesn't defend.
Yeah, I don't love Luka because he's not a big
He
defensive
defended better
guy.
this year. So.
He did, but
let's see.
we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. We're getting closer to the draft. We're not done talking draft today on the show. When Jeremiah Jensen from KSL drops by the show, he'll join us at 8:20 second hour. I want to ask him a similar question and see what his confidence meter is if the Jazz ended up with either three of those players.
That'd be interesting.
Just to compare. All right, we've got to take a break. We're back in a flash. It's The Drive on a Throwdown Thursday from the Findlay Hyundai Studios. Need a new car with good gas mileage? Up to 58 miles per gallon on the Sonata and the Elantra. As low as 0.9 interest. There's cash back, dealer cash options on certain makes and models. You got to go check it out over there. New location. Been there a year and a half now. Off exit 13 in Washington in the Sienna Hills Auto Mall. We got to take the break, and then we're back talking sports. Welcome back, everybody. It is The Drive.
He likes this song. Don't even.
This song is okay.
No.
All right.
It's okay. It's not my favorite Olivia Rodrigo song, but it's one of her. It's probably a top 5. I'm starting to. I've never really been a big Olivia Rodrigo fan, but lately I've heard more. Like she had a takeover on Sirius XM over the weekend on Hits 1.
Yeah,
where they just played all her music for like the whole day.
Okay.
And I happen to be driving a lot.
Yeah.
I think it was Saturday. And anyway, I was like, you know what? She's got some pretty good songs. Every time I turn it on with a different one I hadn't heard before. And I was like, you know what? She's pretty talented.
She has some pipes. Yeah.
Pretty talented young lady. Olivia Rodrigo there.
Yeah.
Waking up with us here on the Fan Sports Network. Show today brought to you by Game Day Men's Health. Hey, free T-test and lowest price in June. If you get in for a free T-test this month, you got a couple weeks left in June. You can, if you're clinically low and you decide you want to try to get on testosterone replacement therapy as you age, your T levels drop. Your test is free. Get your results back in 15 minutes. And if you decide to do it, $50 a week. $50 a week. That is it. It's monitored. You got blood draws about every 6 months to see where your T levels are to make sure you're in a good spot. They make sure they're watching all your estrogen levels and all the things. It's really, really, really a good group of folks over there at Game Day Men's Health, and they're offering you an unbeatable deal this month. So take advantage. Reclaim your game. They also have sexual performance products, weight loss, customized plans, and much, much more. Peptides. They did that summer stack that everybody was, getting all ripped on and looking good on. It was like a triple shred pack. You can do that anytime. Go check out all the details. GameDayMen'sHealth.com/St. George. If you want to take advantage of your free T-test this week, maybe you're feeling run down. You're thinking, oh my gosh, the summer, the heat, I'm tired all the time. It could just be low T. If you're feeling like something's off, I would go get tested. It's absolutely free again. And all you have to do is pick up the phone and say, hey, I was listening to Devin and the gang on the Fan, and I want to get a free T-test. You can call or text 435-265-4223. That's 435-265-4223. Game Day Men's Health. Reclaim your game. We've got lots to get into here. I wanted to go World Cup for a minute here, gang. Mm-hmm. Why have I said gang twice in the last 30 seconds?
I don't know.
Like, we're not in a gang.
I try.
Yeah. World Cup player Eli Wahi denied entry into Canada after arrests came about for alleged fixing of soccer matches. So Ivory Coast striker is not being allowed into Canada for their second World Cup game against Germany, who looked really good in their first win. The Athletic reported this. He's 23. He has been arrested on suspicion of fixing offenses less than 2 weeks before the World Cup for his team he plays for, not his World Cup team. He has not been charged with any crime. But they beat Ecuador in their World Cup opener on Sunday at Philadelphia, and now they're going up to Canada to play.
Yeah.
And he is not in Canada. And so they are not allowing now, the reports were he was arrested May 29th by French police. He plays for a club called Nice. He deliberately earned a yellow card against Metz back on May 17th, and there was a bunch of unusually large wagers that he would get a yellow card in the game. You think they're not going to figure that one out?
Yeah.
So the police are saying that we can confirm that a 23-year-old football player competing in France's League One was arrested, and now Canada is saying, we're not going to let you in.
Yeah.
We're not letting you come to play in your World Cup game. So Ivory Coast is without one of their starting strikers throughout this investigation. I do not know what will happen. I haven't even looked to see where they play in Game 3. But with the win in the first game, I mean, they've got a shot to move on to the knockouts in the round of 32. So this is a interesting storyline, to say the least. We're seeing this now in college football with Sorsby. We've seen the NBA with Chauncey Billups and other players with the poker gambling thing. We're seeing it obviously now in World Cup soccer with players. You just can't You can't get into game fixing, folks. It's the kiss of death in sports.
It is.
And these bookies and these gamblers, I mean, they want a guaranteed winner. And if you're willing to go get a deliberate yellow card, is there anything more obvious than that?
No.
Besides pulling yourself out.
I didn't even know you can bet on a guy getting a yellow card.
Really?
I didn't even know. I've never.
It's a prop now.
I've never bet on that. I've never bet on that.
Yeah, they have props for everything now. Yeah.
I know that's kind of a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think player props will be eliminated soon in the next 5 to 10 years.
The player props are where you can really win some money, but players can be sneaky about it and make sure that they go under 15 points in a game or over 15 points in a game.
Well, remember like the Super Bowl streaker?
Yeah, bet on himself. Bet on someone there to be a streaker at the Super Bowl, then did it. Yeah,
I don't think he
went
got
to
paid
jail.
Out. Did he get paid out on that?
He did get paid. Actually, he makes. Even after his $5,000 bail, he probably made a bunch of money.
Yeah, there was a lot of stories about him in that whole thing.
I remember the incident.
Yeah.
But I don't I didn't follow up with that story because I didn't care.
I think he did or he had a runner cash it for him or something. But.
Like immediately after the Super Bowl. Yeah. Before they could figure out that he was the one that bet it.
The one, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things that are not obvious in fixing games and throwing games. Rozier and him taking himself out. You had the closer for the Guardians, Emmanuel Clase, a couple years ago throwing pitches in the dirt when people were betting on him to throw strikes or balls. Like the player props, I think, are the evil of gambling. Sides and totals have been around since the 50s, 60s, whatever. Yeah. But you can't player props have been introduced in the last 20 years, and we've seen more manipulation of sporting events since player props have come out.
Because you can control your statistics.
That's right.
You can't always control outcomes or totals.
For the team.
For the team.
Yeah. Right.
Because you'd have to get a lot of people in on the deal if you're going to do that, and not everybody's corrupt like you are.
That's right.
Interesting. So we've seen Messi roll back the clock with the hat trick already this week. We've seen Mbappe with 2 goals and had a brace. We saw Haaland have a big game.
Yeah.
We saw Ronaldo get hardly the second lowest amount of touches he's ever had in a World Cup game in a draw for Portugal yesterday.
There's an article.
And now we've got a guy not allowed into Canada because he's fixing games in France.
Yeah, that's a sad story. Let's end the segment here on a happy note.
Go ahead.
The Athletic have put out an article. Has the race to score the most World Cup goals ever looked so good?
No.
You've got Kane, Mbappe, Messi, Haaland. You got a lot of big names.
The Golden Boot is going to be fascinating with the start that some of the superstars and legends of the game had.
That's right.
I agree. I think it's going to be one of the biggest storylines of the summer. We got what? When is the World Cup final? Is after the 4th of July.
It is. Is it the 17th?
Could check that.
I mean, it goes all the way at least past July 10th. I would imagine.
Yeah, maybe it's the 11th.
Sunday, July 19th.
19th. Wow.
Okay.
4 games today: South Africa and the Czechs, Canada and Qatar, Switzerland, Mexico, Korea, all on the docket for World Cup games today. We'll be back for hour 2 after this. Thursday, sports fans, welcome in. Good day to be alive. Hope you have a great day planned for you. Get out there and get to work, have some fun, maybe get the day off. If you have the day off, we've just reached Thursday morning, and clue number 4 in the Summit Athletic Club Rock Hunt. This is main rock number 2, $10,000 on the line, ladies and gentlemen. And the rules are in our bio on our website. They're giving out 1 clue per day until the Summit Rock is found. Make sure you got the Summit Rock t-shirt. We heard the other day they were almost sold out. So if you're going to go out and hunt today, or the final rock that's coming on June 27th, make sure and hurry before they sell out. That could be $5,000 more for you. Clue 4. And Tara's working to getting these up on a live stream on our YouTube so you can read them yourselves, but I'll read it for our radio audience here. Clue 4, these clues seem to be too crazy in caps. Many are lazy, others hazy. Some even say, are y'all gatekeeping, or are y'all just as lost as us? The discussion page has so many so close. It can be a plus. If you go to Facebook.com, you can go to the Summit Rock discussion page where a lot of people are talking about their thoughts on the rock. So here's a clue to help young and old. The capital words in previous clues might be bold. Bunch of numbers. 13, 10, 2, 5, 21, 8, 6, 25, 33, 37 could pinpoint the spot if you can figure it out. So the shirt has numbers on the back. There's a big, maze on the back of the Summit Rock t-shirt. It's hard to decipher what those numbers mean, but there's a bunch of them there, and it says could pinpoint the spot if you can figure it out. Now go and search and follow the route between a hop and solo, or am I missing a W? Swallow does have a W in it, and you are missing a W, or are they trying to throw you off? Winning this contest is more than just guessing. You must chew 14, 18, 3, question mark, 27, 1. So there's a missing number. 5 greens for an expert of the craft. You must yell before the ball hits you. Fill the draft. Owned many have begun to figure it out, but they are right. Some may doubt. Colors may be changed and temps flutter. You must press forward or you're sure to sputter. The shirt always sells. If it's 8 o'clock, make sure and listen to the hawk. The house with the drawers is not French, Italian, or from outer space. Flex, you're strong, but please don't break. This is more than just a race. Thousands of rocks pressed together. Is it concrete, cement, or just the weather? A rock hunt and 10K waiting for you too. You must search unusual trails you've blazed in the past, or are they new?
Sounds like it's close to a golf course, right?
Okay.
Would be my interpretation.
A lot of people were looking down at Fossil Ridge yesterday, the Fossil Ridge area. But yes, there is some golf analogies in there because you have expert of the craft, greens for an expert, balls.
Something about
hit
yell,
yell
before you draft. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's close to a golf course.
I would not listen to one thing Paul and I say.
Yeah, going on what is this, our third year reading the clues?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever helped anyone find a rock.
If you want to go read it, we just put it up on the Fan Sports Network, Instagram, Facebook, at the Fan SN. So you can go read through it. You've got all the numbers. It's been posted on all of our stations' websites. Candy Media, the Fan Sports Network, really excited to team up with Summit for what has become a tradition. And so this is the only clue you get today. Last week, we got the winners found it really early before we even read the clue. It was like 7:30, 7:45 a.m. They found it last Friday. Will this one be found today? I think it might. I think it might be found today. The winners of the last rock, it was in the middle of a bunch of other rocks. And it's got Summit Athletic Club's logo engraved on the rock on one side, but you can flip it upside down. It looks like just a rock. They're all like a little triangle shape. But if you go again to the Summit Rock Clue discussion page, you can read a bunch of the people, what they're saying. All the clues are there for the whole week, so you can see, clue 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is the 4th clue, so you can try to piece them all together.
Yeah.
So head to social media, get your T-shirt if you haven't already, and get out and find $10,000. I mean, what would you do with $10,000, Tara?
Spend it on
What
games.
baseball road trip would you go
Maybe
on
another
next?
TV.
Yeah. For
Another
baseball,
TV?
She
I would-
needs a TV.
I'd maybe go out to Boston, go to Fenway,
There you go.
and then of course Petco. I'd go to San Diego. Yeah,
Yep.
and save it for hockey.
You've got a bunch of rock hunters
There you go.
kind of waiting outside by the pool area on River Road when they bring and post it every morning. You've got people waiting for it to come out. A lot of people have been, looking at the Virgin River down by Sullivan Park because there's green grass over there.
Yeah.
The rocks. Somebody posted a map of all. I think this is our 15th or 16th year of the Summit Rock, of where all the rocks have been located and found, and they're all over. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason.
All right.
Amy was out last night from the Coney Country Morning Show, Marty and Amy, and she was out about 11 hours ago. This would have been, about 9 o'clock last night. And they found a snake. And some of the guys that found the snake were, is that a king snake? What kind of snake is that, Tara? I'm not a big snake guy. I don't like snakes.
It's black and white. I don't know.
Anyway,
it looks like a king snake.
Once the snake, there's good snakes and bad
Supposed to
snakes,
identify,
right?
I think it's a good snake.
That's a good snake.
That's a good
Good
snake.
It's
snake.
not poisonous, eats all the rodents. They're very helpful. Very helpful. But Amy was out of there. She's like, I got to call it a night.
I'm done.
I saw her post that last night. I'm like, I don't blame you. I do not. We had rattlesnakes on the farm in Royal City growing up.
Yeah.
And they would coil up in the windrows in the morning when I would be, half asleep out changing the water.
I was gonna say moving sprinkler pipe.
And they would strike at you.
Oh,
I grew up just like mortified of snakes from a young age.
Yeah, I'm not a snake guy either. It's kind of hard to find
I'm not
a snake guy.
scared of them, but
Yeah.
They're not the
But-
coolest. They have copperheads in Virginia. Those things are crazy.
Yeah.
They'll kill you.
A lot of people are asking, would they hide it where another rock was already hid? Years ago, I mean, stick to the clues. Go with your gut. Turn over rocks. Get exercise in disguise, as
Here's
Joe
one
likes to
hint I
say.
have for everybody.
Okay, what's the
At
hint?
the very end, is this the last rock or the next to last rock?
The second to last rock.
So the last rock, there's a huge amount of people that congregate at one area who know where it is. Even I can.
Well, that's going to happen today after this clue
this is
drops.
going to happen today too. So
Yeah, you follow the red shirts.
that's right. Follow the crowd is what I would say.
And then just start looking.
Start looking in that vicinity.
So you're not going to go sleuth. You're going to let everybody else be the sleuth, and you're just going to start looking where everybody else is at. What if they're wrong?
because Paulie's not going to do his own work. He's going to let somebody else do it for him.
Just like his college days.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right.
Nothing has changed.
That's right. Nothing has changed.
Yeah. All right. Let's get to
Let's
the headlines. Good luck out there, you rock hunters. Go find yourself $10,000 with our friends at Summit Athletic Club. Again, if you want to read through the clues, they're all on our social media outlets at the Fan SN, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. All right. Headlines brought to you by Zag. Here we go. I'm going to give Paulie the honor today. Paulie, the top 8 is all yours. Usually we ham and egg this.
Wow, all mine.
I want to see.
Are you even ready for this?
I'm keeping No, I'm springing this on.
He's springing
He
it.
always talks about how quick as a cat he thinks and acts. And
Yeah.
so we're going to test him today. Here's
we
Paul
go.
with the news.
All right, headline number 1. Oh, she's got it for me. All right, let's start with the college baseball scoreboard from yesterday as the college baseball championship series is set. As the Oklahoma Sooners defeat the Georgia Bulldogs 11-3 on 15 hits. They were just crushing the ball. Georgia falls. They are eliminated. On the other side of the bracket, a little melancholy to say this headline, but the UNC Tar Heels for the 17th time are headed to the championship round as they defeat beat West Virginia 12-7. 16 hits, no errors for the Heels. 7 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors for the Mountaineers. That was kind of their undoing there, combined with some hot bats for the Carolina Tar Heels. So that'll take us to Saturday. June 20th will be the first game of the 3-game set between Oklahoma and the 5th overall seed, North Carolina. Let's go to the next one. All right. In the exit interviews from the Golden Knights the other day, General Manager Kelly McCrimmon had a couple injuries to update the fans on as he spoke to the media yesterday. William Karlsson will have surgery on a broken wrist. Noah Hannafin had an upper body injury that would have forced him to miss 6 to 8 weeks if it were the regular season. McNabb, we all know about the face or the puck to the face. He had 3 injuries. 3 injuries that would have kept him out of the lineup in the regular season. And was the best thing I saw, Mark Stone had a torn abductor and played through it. So those are your...
That's all pretty weak compared to creatine allergy.
Yeah. Can we tell someone doesn't like Peterson? She's getting her digs in today. 50. All right, let's go to the next one. Number three, the U.S. Open is underway.
That was the test. You passed.
We got somebody happy. Maybe he'll help me now that I've announced the U.S. Open. The first round is underway from Shinnecock Hills in the Hamptons of New York as the current leader, McDowell at 2 under through 3 holes. You got Nicholas, Stranger, Wu, Rattan, and those are your top 5 right now.
Yeah.
And Novak.
And Novak as well.
1 under, yeah.
But Koepka, Cam Smith, Keegan Bradley, some big names. Tommy Fleetwood, Rory McIlroy, Ludwig Gobert. The big names are just getting going in their first round. And the wind is probably, they were saying 13, 14 this morning. It was supposed to be 30 plus in the afternoon. Yeah. Those flags right now in the grandstands look like they're 25 to 30 already.
Yeah, they're whipping.
And it's only 10, 12 a.m. So it looks like it's going to be a windy, long test of golf today at Shinnecock Hills.
Number 4.
All right, this is a big headline that just dropped last night. I forgot to talk about this. Wizards, Trae Young to decline the option. He will become a free agent. Trae Young plans to decline his $48.97 million player option for the 26-7 season and will become a free agent Monday, sources told Anscape's Mark Spears on Wednesday. Washington remains the frontrunner for the 4-time All-Star, but multiple teams have expressed interest, sources say. So this could play big. Trae Young, presumably going to be the lead guard on the Wizards next year. Everyone thought so. If he departs, I really expect Peterson to be the guy. So Jazz fans should be tracking this just as much as the rest of the NBA because
I'm thrilled to hear this.
If Trae Young is not re-signed by the Wizards, I expect DP to be the pick. But we will find out where he ends up. The Heat Hawks are mentioned as some of the potential suitors. Not the Hawks, I'm sorry. The Heat, the Bucks, and let's see. There was one other team, but it's not popping up on the article. So let's go to the next one.
Number 5.
You're on a roll, buddy.
I'm on a roll. All right, we're back into World Cup action today as we got multiple games going on Thursday. Got the Czechs versus South Africa. That'll be a 10 a.m. start on Fox. Switzerland takes on Bosnia-Herzegovina. I think that's how you say it. You don't know the country. You're looking at me like I can't say it. I can't say it. I don't know it. Bosnia-Herzegovina is that 1 o'clock game. Then you got Canada and Qatar at 4 o'clock, Mexico and South Korea at 7 o'clock. Those are your 4 games in World Cup action today as the favorites, the Czechs, Swedes, Canada, and Mexico. Let's go to the next headline.
Number 6.
Number 6 is going to come in the realm of the MLB as Ohtani is battling some. He had a rocky outing in his last one out. He said he's dealing with blisters and a sore left knee. Does not expect for him to miss any time, but that did contribute to his lackluster start his last time out. His interpreter said, just a part of the game. There's a lot of situations where you feel 100%. So I look at that as just that. It's big that we were able to win a game despite my performance. So Shohei should be back out on the mound. Let's go to number
7.
All right. Let's go to the NFL realm here today as The Cards rookie quarterback Carson Beck is trying to speed up his learning curve. He might take some real reps next year. We heard about Jacoby Brissett, kind of that bridge quarterback to your quarterback of the future being the starter. But Cardinals rookie quarterback Carson Beck said he has jumped headfirst into the early days of the NFL career. The coaching staff thinks through the mandatory minicamp, he looks as if he is going to take some reps with the first team. So Carson Beck, the Hurricane that went all the way to the national championship game a year ago, looks to potentially start in Arizona. How about that? All right, let's go to the last one.
Number 8.
All right, last one, easy one. The Rocco's Jello Shot Challenge will be my last headline of the day. Even though the Mountaineers are out of the tournament, we stand high on the list with 26,624 Jello shots. It is the all-time record at Rocco's, and LSU took 2 full weeks to accomplish that. We've done it in 1. So
Just when we thought you were passing, you failed.
Hey, I mentioned golf. I did the World Cup. I feel like I did fine. Besides,
you did good.
Besides pronouncing Bosnia.
Bonus ball. Can we go to Utah Tech?
Yeah.
I'm actually I
Good.
don't want to report this one. I'm actually really sad about it.
Well,
But
you got to do it now.
Kyle McDaniel is officially going to be a Florida Gator. Good for him. Good for him. But
yeah.
we're going to miss him.
I saw that, and you know, you knew that Ryan Crapel and Kyle McDaniel were in the portal.
Yeah.
But you knew
Petey
that
Soto.
after their junior year, you also could go draft.
Yeah.
It looks like McDaniel is going to take a little NIL deal and go to Florida instead of go to the draft, or is this signing mean that if he's drafted, he could still choose to go into the draft? Because Petey Soto is not in the portal, and Petey is just focusing on the draft. So you got different paths for different players, but it looks like
I think it's different for every sport because basketball, if you used to be, back when I was growing up, if you named an agent, that meant you could not go back to college.
Oh.
But
Yeah,
now
it's different.
the agent world has changed so much. Now you can, in college hoops, you can go to the draft, participate in the combine, go through all of it. And if your pick isn't there and they're not telling you what you want to hear, you can go back to college now. So I assume that he could go back, would be my inclination, but I don't know for a fact.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, but some of the big guns, Durham Miller, Petey Soto, Kyle McDaniel, Ryan Crapel, all look like potentially won't be back with the Blazers next year. But I did get excited. Bringing Boston Vest in does give you that middle infielder that could replace a Petey Soto type player because he went to New Mexico State out of Dixie High School. We saw Boston really have a great Flyer career, just like his brother Cooper. And so you're bringing him back home. That is a huge get. We've seen some other signings, and I'm sure if we get the recruiting class done, we'll have Coach Fate now on the show to talk about it. And I have talked to Coach Fate, and I know, this is the hard part. You're going to lose some good players when you have a good season. When you have a 35-win season, you got guys with scouts out there watching a lot of the games. This is bound to happen, and you got to be happy for those guys in the next chapter that's ahead.
Yeah, I think that's the highest profile. I mean, we had Kirkland went to Oklahoma State from Utah Tech football. Hobart went to
North Texas. Yeah, which is a pretty campus.
But not as.
But SEC.
SEC is different.
Time.
I think this is the most high-profile transfer destination of a Utah Tech athlete.
Yeah, it could be.
Because Pope went to Fresno State.
Correct.
We had a couple guys go to some D1s, but I think this is SEC baseball. That's a big deal.
This is big.
Yeah.
SEC anything is big.
And look, this is a guy that the coaches at Utah Tech went down to Panac. They recruited. They was a small town kid, overlooked. They molded him. They coached him, and now look at him. You got to take a lot of pride in that.
Yeah.
It sucks he gets plucked and he's going to Florida, but you got to believe he's got some zeros behind that NIL deal, and that's the dream, right? You can catapult your career after baseball, your pro career with a deal like this. So. And I haven't talked to Fate since this news broke yesterday. I've not had a chance to. We'll have to get more info and come back with more details on that story. Good way to finish there, TA. Thanks for adding that. Tough topic. Tough pill to swallow, losing a guy that you found, you brought in, you got to commit, you molded, and now, he's off to Florida. Hey, we're off to a break, and then Jeremiah Jensen joins us after a quick timeout. JJ, KSL Sports. We're going to talk Jazz, the draft, Utes, Cougars, and all things Utah sports related with the Star Valley, Wyoming native himself when he joins us after the timeout. Hey, Thursday, sports fans. What's going on? Thanks for loading us up, locking us in here on the app, on the radio, on our YouTube page. If you're watching the live stream on our Fan Sports Network YouTube page, you will see our next guest, the very talented, good friend of mine, hails from Star Valley, but has made Utah his home. He's a sports anchor for KSL. Jeremiah Jensen joins us now. JJ, it's been way too long since we've had you on the show. How we doing on a beautiful Thursday?
Oh, we're doing great. Good morning, Southern Utah. I'm glad to be on. Yeah, I'm doing well. It's been a fun summer so far.
Pressing question for you right out of the gate. I'm going to hit you with my fastball at like 72 miles an hour.
That's your fastball.
Is Jeremiah Jensen going to bring down the crew and call a Region 9 football game this fall? And do your show from St. George.
Putting him on the spot.
Yeah, that's my 72 mile an hour
Region
heater.
9 game day.
Yeah, that is in the works right now. So we're trying to land that game and make that happen. So we try to make it a priority to come down every fall because we love coming down.
Yeah, and I
can't wait.
I got the privilege, JJ and I got the privilege. What was it, 1 year ago? It was 2 years ago. We did a game at Crimson.
It was a couple years ago, yeah.
2 years ago, we did a game together, and
it was Crimson in Desert Hills, right?
Yep, I think it was. I think it was, and that was fun. We'd never worked together, but I thought for the most part, JJ carried me and got me water and made sure I didn't say anything stupid night long.
No, I leaned on you because I was in your land, man. It was great. It was fun.
Oh, high school sports, man. You got to love it here in the great state of Utah.
It really is.
Yeah.
And the football down in St. George is awesome. I know the baseball is really good, but the football it's
good too.
It's competitive and the coaching is great. You got great coaches down there, great players. I love coming down and watching it. We love watching all the teams down in Southern Utah play. It's really good football. Region 9's awesome.
Tanner Ball, the former BYU Cougar, taking over Desert Hills, bringing Carl Frankie back as the assistant coach and offensive coordinator.
Frankie's back. I love it.
Ray Hosner is back after battling cancer. He's got a clean bill of health. He's back coaching Pineview. So, it's going to be a lot of fun. Friday Night Lights cannot get here quick enough. Let's get to the Jazz for a second. JJ with us here, KSL. JJ, earlier on in the show, we did our Jazz Nation satisfaction meter rating on a scale of 100, and Tara wants to know what your score would be and how happy Jazz fans would be. Are you ready to do this?
Let's go.
All right, we're going to start with Boozer first. Dad played for the Jazz, Cam Boozer. What rating would Jazz be on the satisfaction meter if the Jazz ended up with Boozer in the draft?
For fans here in Utah, knowing who else is available, probably like a 5 out of 100.
Wow.
Because I think everybody has picked their favorite, and it's split in two ways. And this is wrong. And I would say that they should be 100 on Boozer.
Yes.
But it's going to be low because I think everybody's heart and minds were set on either AJ or Darren Peterson, which I'm sure you'll ask about me next. But fans, if it's Boozer, I think there would be a lot of disappointment, which is
that's sad.
pretty silly because if you do your homework and you know how good of a player Boozer is, how versatile he is and what he brings to the table as a basketball player and what his ceiling is as a basketball player, like I'm talking like a Jokic type deal or a Doncic type deal. He's that good of a playmaker at that size. It should be 100, but it will be very low because of the expectations of who they were going to get in this draft and what position those guys were going to play.
JJ, do you think that the ceiling for Boozer is as high as the other two guys? I mean, a lot of people don't think he's the NBA prototypical athlete, like vertical jump, burst, explosiveness. What do you have to say to those people?
Well, and if you've been watching the NBA lately, who's won the most MVPs in the last decade? A guy that can get like 8 inches off the floor when he jumps, right? It's just
true.
What you watch Nikola Jokic play the game of basketball, and you're like, how is these? Why am I supposed to be impressed by this guy initially? And then you watch an entire game, and you watch how much of a wizard he is with the basketball, playing kind of like that point center or point power forward position, where everything goes through him, shoots threes, drives to the basket, he can defend. Can make the incredible passes and makes everybody around him better and elevates a franchise all at the same time. Cam Boozer has the same potential. I'm not saying he's Jokic, but he can play at kind of a role for a team like, let's say he gets picked by the Memphis Grizzlies. Oh my gosh.
Right.
If you're the Memphis Grizzlies and you get that guy and he does those things,
backbone. Yeah.
He's a winner. He's won at every level, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, and
he has the pedigree.
And a lot of the comps out there, I would compare him to like I think the ceiling is like a Chris Webber or like a Carlos Boozer, like his dad, Al Horford. Those are some of the comps that I see.
Yeah. Those are all great players.
And I could see him making 10 All-Star games plus in his career. I think
100%.
But you're right. I think you're right, Jazz. And you got a better pulse up in northern Utah than we do. Jazz fans would not be as excited, even though Dad was a beloved Jazz man in his heyday. All right, you were 87 points off. I gave Boozer a 92. You gave him a 5.
Yeah.
You should do that, but if you're a Jazz fan, regular Jazz fan, you're like, what? We got Boozer out. We tanked for Boozer. That's how they're going to react.
You're probably right. Let's go to Darren Peterson. Satisfaction rating on a scale of 100.
90 out of 100. I think there's going to be a segment of fans that are so worried about what happened at Kansas.
Yeah.
And they're BYU fans and they have their favorite. So maybe actually I'm going to go 80 because there are enough people that would be disappointed that they didn't get the guy they really want.
Right.
But Darren Peterson, I'm not worried about any of that stuff at Kansas. He has superstar potential. He has things that Jazz have never had on their roster ever. Maybe Donovan Mitchell was close, but Darren Peterson's playmaking ability, his shot making ability, his the way he plays the game of basketball. You've heard Kobe thrown out there. That seems a little bit big, but if he was able to lock in and have that Mamba mentality that Kobe Bryant had, the sheer talent is there to match. If you put those things two together, Darren Peterson has all-time superstar ability, and that's why everyone's so excited about him. And remember, he was the favorite to be number one ahead of AJ DeBonsa for quite a long time until all that stuff at Kansas happened. So Darren Peterson has star potential. It should be higher than that, and the Jazz would be very, very fortunate to have him. But I'm going to put it at an 80 because of who you're going to ask about next.
No, a lot higher than Tara. Tara put it at 50. She
loved him. Because that's the thing. Does he have the heart and the grit? He does. He has the talent, but does he have the heart and the grit to actually be great? Right. And
it's fair because
risk,
of Tara, because of what happened at Kansas. And you talk to people that know him, and apparently the character's high. He's just an introvert. He's a little different. He's a little quiet.
Yeah.
But it's totally fair to base it what we saw on the court at Kansas and him waving off wanting to come out of a game, and all this stuff is kind of weird, right?
Right.
He barely played in half of the games at Kansas,
right,
and didn't even finish a lot of those games. You can't trust a guy to be your franchise player if he's only going to be available on Kawhi time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, so that's a reason to pause and hesitate, and why he may not be the number one pick.
Yeah, I mean, a blend of Bradley Beal meets Jalen Brunson. I mean, this kid is the best pure scorer in the class.
He's not a dog like
his
Brunson.
basement is Bradley Beal.
Yeah.
That's how good he is.
Well, that's why I said a blend of Brunson, who was the MVP.
Yeah.
But he, 6'5"-ish, the injury concerns, not the rebounder, smaller. I haven't watched his defense closely. How good defensively?
He's a good
he can lock in.
player. Yeah.
Darren Peterson can lock in.
Yeah.
And he's absolutely a two-way guy, which, you mentioned Kobe. Kobe could lock down when he had to.
Yeah.
If he can lock in on defense, if he can show up every day and he can dedicate himself at that level, the talent is there to be an all-time great.
Right.
So JJ, I think Kobe's too high, Beal's too low. Would you take a career of a guy like Devin Booker, a 26-point per game scorer? Would that be something you'd want from Peterson, or do you have higher aspirations if the Jazz get him?
You would have higher aspirations just because of the importance of the pick and what you've seen out of him. But if you're going to throw out the comp of Devin Booker and what Devin Booker has done production-wise, and the Jazz are adding that to what they already have with that front court, assuming Walker Kessler gets done, and a pairing with Keontae George and Ace Bailey and everything else that they have at their disposal with that roster, can you imagine how good the Jazz can be? And you're going to have to be that good if you want to compete with the Thunder and the Spurs and the Knicks and the Celtics and these other teams that are loaded right now. If the Jazz want to become a contender, that's what they're going to need, and that's what Darren Peterson would provide. At a minimum, I think he provides what a Devin Booker does: the outside shooting, the scoring, and a star player that could be the face of your franchise.
Yeah. All right, quickly, I think we know where you're going to go here. AJ DeBon's confidence satisfaction rating.
100 out of 100 because of a lot of different factors. Number one, he's just a phenomenal player. He's a phenomenal kid. And here in Utah, everybody's familiar with him. And if you would have told everybody a year ago that this kid at BYU, AJ DeBonsa, was going to be a Jazz man, everybody would have been just through the roof thrilled. And so we're looking at, if this stuff about Darren Peterson is true, and he does have a guarantee from the Wizards, the Jazz will have a chance to take AJ DeBonsa and keep him here in the state of Utah. And if you're a BYU fan hearing that, and AJ is going to be wearing a Jazz uniform, you might have to put your Lakers uniforms away, guys. You might have to put those Lakers uniforms.
They might have to do a jersey swap for trading your Lakers for
Brian
Jazz.
Smith, bring your Lakers jerseys. We're going to get rid of those. Let's go. Jersey. As you guys understand, for obvious reasons, why a lot of Jazz fans that are BYU fans would just absolutely love that. But every Jazz fan should be excited about that, because if you don't get Darren Peterson and that was your guy, and you view AJ as a consolation prize, you're going to get a future All-Star as a consolation prize because AJ is going to be an All-Star. There's no question about it. All the stuff we talked about with Darren Peterson, we're worried about and questioning. You're not questioning that with AJ. He showed up every day. He carried that BYU team as far as they could take that team with all the injuries and everything that happened to them. The dude showed up every day, and he scored 20 a game. And he was solid all the way through. And off the court, he's unbelievable. So he's exactly what you're looking for in a superstar player.
I cannot believe how this has played out all of a sudden the last, 36 to 48 hours with Washington. Why would Washington give him a guarantee and lose all leverage with the Jazz maybe being willing to trade up? This
the Trae
makes
Young situation.
Yeah, but even that, it just doesn't make that much sense.
Something's up there, right, guys? Trae Young declining that extension. Yes, there's something weird going on in Washington. Or this is something that's being driven by Darren's agent.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Darren is an ultra competitor. And you know who his nemesis is? It's AJ DeBonsa. They've been rivals for years. Yep. And if you got these ultra competitive guys, they want to be the number one pick. They don't care what the team is. Darren wants to beat AJ in the draft.
Yeah.
He wants to be the number one guy because he thinks he is the number one guy.
Yeah.
So did Washington give him a guarantee? I actually don't think so. I think they just assume that everything went so well when they were in Washington, and that it was kind of a play. Like we're the number one pick. We don't have to work out for anybody else.
Yeah.
I kind of like it, the confidence and the swagger that he carries with himself.
Yeah.
Do I think it's actually true that Washington gave him a guarantee? I do not.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, and you wonder how much ego and that rivalry with DeBonza. That's a good take there from Jeremiah
100%.
Jensen live with us here. You mentioned Walker Kessler. I wanted to ask you about the contract situation. Are fans getting a little frustrated? $140 million in Walker's team and his agent, and just say, nope, not taking
Not
it.
enough?
I
Yeah.
mean, I have a hard time with this one because he played 5 games last year and was hurt the whole season.
And he's putting out these Instagram posts where he's saying that he loves Utah and wants to be here. Like, it's very confusing. Yeah.
It is confusing, and it's very clear that Walker does want to be here, but like all of us, he wants to get paid as much as he can. I mean, so we have to take a step back here and look at the situation. Number one, restricted free agency is not really good for the players in the NBA, and it's hard. And especially a player like that's not the all-star full max player. How do they get the most money in restricted free agency? It's really hard because there's not many teams out there that are going to throw an offer sheet his way. So they're kind of stuck. They kind of almost have to take what the team offers them or wait it out. I mean, he can play for $14 million next year and become an unrestricted free agent if he really didn't want to be here. But why would you do that?
Right.
You wouldn't turn down the 5-year $140 million. He's going to make $28 million and once the extension kicks in, if he takes that. But you only get so many opportunities as an NBA player to get paid. And so I get that too. So he's in a tough spot because his agent's doing what he's supposed to do. The Jazz are doing what they're supposed to do because the Jazz are going to bid against themselves. And 5 years, 140 is very reasonable.
Yeah.
And then if you're just if you're an average Joe like us, and you see somebody turn down 5 years, 140 million, and you're not an all-star, it makes you angry, right? So that's a natural reaction. What are you, crazy? What's wrong with you? But if we step back and understand that this is business, and this is Walker Kessler's agent trying to do the best for him, and this is the Jazz trying to do the best for them, but also understanding Walker Kessler's a human being, and he's a really great guy. I've talked to him many times. I've had a chance to interview him. He's unbelievable. He's such a great dude. And I believe that Instagram post was very sincere. And I know he's hearing some of this stuff. He's a pretty sensitive guy. And I think he's very worried that this is going to cast a negative light on him, that he doesn't want to have cast on him because he loves this place. He wants to be in Utah. He's just like the rest of us. He wants to maximize his earnings. And that's what's going on here. So
well,
I get both sides of it, and so we'll see how it plays out. I do expect him to be in a Jazz uniform when the season starts, but I don't think this is going to get resolved very soon unless he caves and says, "I'm all right. I'll take the 5 years, 140." But I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, yeah, and the Jazz are thinking, how do we overpay? He's never been an all-star. He missed all last season with the torn labrum, but he is 7'2". He's only 24. We've seen the points, the rebounding, the block shots when he was healthy in a good season. So I have a hard time with hot take of pay the man, but I have a hard time saying the Jazz are right not to overpay. And I just don't know. When I wrap my brain around Walker Kessler, I have to try to imagine, is he in the long term more valuable for the future of the organization than Lauri Markkanen? And I don't know that I can justifiably say that right now.
Because he doesn't provide the offensive production. What gets you where you need to go? You need a rim protector.
Yeah.
You need somebody in that role, but it's a role. Lauri Markkanen is an all-star who can put up 20 plus, almost 30 plus points a game. There was a point last year before the Jazz really tried to tank that he was averaging 30 points per game. He was one of the top 3 or 4 scorers in the league last year. When they're trying to win next year, Lauri Markkanen is in his prime and will provide that. He will provide the max player production that you're looking for. That's not what Walker Kessler does. And if you look at how centers are paid in the league, $28 million, I think it would be the second highest yearly salary of any center in the league that's not an all-star. I think Jared Allen makes 30 in Cleveland. After that, you're talking about the best centers in the league that are all-stars that are getting paid. Walker still has to prove some things there. I do think the $5 year, $140 million is very fair.
Right.
And I think they probably should have taken it, but they're having to play the restricted free agent game right now. The Jazz need Walker Kessler, though. Don't get it wrong. They have to have his rim protection. If you're going to compete against the Spurs and the Thunder in the West and everybody else, you have to have Walker Kessler. If you don't, you're going to have some issues. And this whole plan they have is not going to come together because it's going to be a glaring weakness in their lineup because they're not. Jaren Jackson Jr. is a good rim protector, but he's not a 5 and he can't rebound. They need Walker Kessler at the 5 in order to win big.
I agree. And we saw what Chet Holmgren had issues with Wemby in the Western Conference Finals.
Exactly.
And Kessler, you got to believe, could fare a lot better than Chet Holmgren did.
A lot stronger.
Yes. Yes. Really interesting. Something we'll keep an eye on over the summer. Jeremiah Jensen, KSL, our guest here live on the Fan Sports Network. I love the energy from JJ in the morning. JJ, you do the nightly news, but man, you could do a morning show, buddy. You got a lot of energy in the morning.
Not without this, man.
He's doing the do.
That's right.
There you go. He's got the do going.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah. Hey, let's check in on off-season summer with Morgan Scalley and the Utes and Kalani Sitake and the Cougars. What are you hearing? What do you like? What's the buzz around campus as we're into the summer here before the next college football season?
I'll go quickly through both of them. What I like about BYU is Bear Bachmeier looks great, and they've got a dude that's a sophomore, and he's only going to get better. Now, he's got to get a lot better because everybody around the country knows who he is now, and they got film on him. And he's got a new group of receivers and tight ends he's got to figure some things out with, and there's some issues there because Hagan goes down and he's medically unable to play now. So he's retired. And obviously we know what's going on with Parker Kingston. So there's been a lot of change with that receiver group. And Carson Ryan's now in the NFL. So who's going to step up and catch the passes from Bear Bachmeier and take pressure off of him and LJ Martin? It's going to help Bear Bachmeier too that he's got the best running back in the Big 12 and one of the best in the country back in LJ Martin. So that's going to be the key for BYU. Falatau Satawala has this foot injury. I don't think that's going to impact them too much because I do think he'll be back. I don't know if he plays in the Utah Tech game, but beyond that, he should be back and be healthy. Utah, Morgan Scalley's got a heck of a job ahead for him because it's not easy to be the guy that follows the guy. Now, it is going to help him that he's very familiar with Utah and he's been very familiar with what's going on there with the personnel, et cetera. That's going to help accelerate that transition. And we've seen it fairly smooth. Besides all the drama that surrounding Kyle Whittingham's departure and all the Michigan stuff. But he's got a lot of great players coming back. Is that offensive line going to be good? We don't know because they're bringing back they're not bringing back any starters. So that O-line's got to be good. But they got Wayshawn Parker. They know who their guys are at quarterback, and that defense is always going to be great. So I feel like they have the personnel to succeed. Does it all come together under a new regime with new assistant coaches? That's going to be really interesting to follow. But Morgan's doing everything right now. He's done more interviews in the offseason in the last 4 months than Kyle Whittingham did in the last 15 years. So he's been out there and he's been vocal and trying to show everybody what's going on with the program. So I salute him for that. But both teams should be very good and they'll be in the mix. And as we're watching this Texas Tech drama play out, it's going to be an interesting race in the Big 12. And I expect BYU and Utah to be very, very much in play for winning that title.
Jeremiah Jensen, KSL, hanging out with us here. Oh my gosh, we could go on and on. We could do a whole 2-hour show, but I wanted to finish up with just your thought. You're going to say hi to everybody, Coach Anderson, Rod Zundel. Everybody's going to be up at Thanksgiving Point today. It's kind of cool. Utah Tech trying to appeal to their Northern Utah alumni, having a golf tournament here at Green Springs a week ago, and now up to Thanksgiving Point for another fundraiser golf tournament. So you'll see some of our Southern Utah coaches and personnel up there at Thanksgiving Point in your neck of the woods today.
Yeah, I'm heading over there at 1 o'clock. I'm going to talk to Coach Anderson. I'm really interested to see where the program goes in year 3, right? You talk about coaches and what they want to accomplish and how long it takes for them to get their program to where they want it to be. Year 3 is a huge year. So this is a big year for Coach Anderson. It's a big year for Utah Tech, and you're going into the Big Sky Conference.
Yeah.
And I know they were in the place where they were before, where it was the best they could do, but now you're going, this is big boy football in FCS. This is, you're playing the Montana schools. I mean, there's so many good teams in that conference right now. It is, you can argue it's the best FCS conference in all of college football. And so you're going to have to elevate things to compete with those kind of schools. But if you elevate yourself and you can hang with Montana and Montana State, you all of a sudden become a team that could win an FCS national championship, and you can start talking about that. And I'm sure that's the dream at Utah Tech, to get to that level, and moving to the Big Sky Conference will give them that chance if they do everything right in that process. And so I'll be interested to talk to Coach Anderson about that. You're playing BYU right out of the gate, right?
Right.
I mean, that's going to be fun. We know what it is. It's a money game, but it's a great opportunity for Utah Tech to go to LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, play in front of everybody in Utah. It's going to be a great opportunity. And then that's going to help vault them into the season where, who knows? I'm really curious to see what the growth is in that program right now, and who are these guys that are going to step up in this new era as they go to the Big Sky Conference, because it's a big transition, but there's also big rewards at the end if you do it right.
Yeah. SU go into the conference as well, and you got to stay out of trouble with the injuries and keep that in-state money guaranteed in state, right? I love that we're.
Why not?
Yeah, why not have?
If you're going to have a money game, why have Wagner come here from New York?
Right.
Like, if you're Utah and BYU and even Utah State, Southern Utah and Utah Tech should be on the schedule, or try to make them on the schedule every year. Maybe they can't spread it out that way, but yeah, I love seeing those opportunities. If you're going to have the money games with FCS teams, keep it here in Utah, and everybody, it's good for everybody.
I'm hearing some good things out of Weaver's campus right now too, with Eric Kerr up there now.
Eric Kerr is a wizard, and that was a great hire. Now he's got to make the transition to the college game, which is obviously different than high school. But what he did at Corner Canyon and the pedigree he has and the kind of quarterbacks that he's developed, if he can take that success to Weber State, if he's hired the right guys as assistants and they kill it in recruiting, Weber State's going to be a juggernaut too. I mean, the Big Sky is tough. And if Weber's back, and then you got Southern Utah and Utah Tech all in that same conference, fighting for recruits in the state of Utah, fighting for recruits in the West, it's going to be good for football in the state of Utah. It's going to be good for the young people in the state of Utah who want to play the game of football and want those opportunities. So it's all great. It's good to have all three of those teams in the Big Sky Conference. It's the way it should be.
I love it. I love it. The one and only Jeremiah Jensen. Can we have you, JJ? Can we have you on again after the NBA draft?
Absolutely. Anytime you guys want me, I'm here, guys.
All right, we'll hit JJ up after the draft. We got to get to a timeout. Jeremiah Jensen, KSL Sports. We'll be back for a big finish. 7th inning stretch time. Had to get up, stand up, get ready for the final stretch
We're in the
run.
bottom of the ninth here,
Bottom
buddy.
of the ninth. Throwdown Thursday. Rory McIlroy and Sam Burns are your co-leaders right now. McIlroy's birdied 2 of his first 3 holes. Sam Burns has birdied 2 of his first 4 holes. They are both 2 under par. There is only 6 players on the golf course that are under par right now. You got Keegan Bradley, Graham McDowell, Andrew Novak, and James all at 1 under. Scotty's played 2 holes. He's even. Ludwig, Fleetwood, Cam Young, all at even as well right now. Tough conditions day 1 of the U.S. Open out at Shinnecock Hills.
Yeah. Yes.
It's going to be a fun day. A lot of players with the suspension. I do not know if they will get the entire first round in today. It will be really tight to see if they can make it. I'm guessing that some of the later tee times today might have to finish bright and early tomorrow morning. We will see how fast it plays. The weather has lifted. The fog has lifted. The rain has lifted. So they are, windy conditions, but no participation falling right now. A lot of storylines at our 126th National Championship. Right now, Tara and I have players. I had Sam Burns on my team in our draft yesterday. You took Rory McIlroy. I'm more impressed with you taking Rory number 1 than me taking Sam Burns with my final pick.
Hey,
because you passed up on
champion.
You passed up on everybody to take Rory. So you had high hopes on Rory.
I do.
Yeah. The Irish.
I believe in him.
Yeah. He looks good right now. He looks good right now. Although he's got about a 6-footer, I think, here for a par to stay tied with Sam Burns.
Live on the radio.
Let's
We're
see
looking
how
at his
this
shot
goes,
here.
Yeah, you can't. I can't do the play-by-play, but I can tell you if he makes the putt or not.
All right.
And probably about a 40%, 45% likelihood he'll make this putt from this distance. And
and he missed it. He pulled it.
Snap hooked her. That hurts.
Yep. Just broke.
Tara falls down.
Hey. Why are you trying to pick on me all
Chef
the time?
Dog is lurking.
As we say, you can't win it on a Thursday, but you can certainly lose the U.S. Open. You go shoot.
That's like you're saying for me in the hot goalie thing. You say that at every golf tournament.
Yep.
Can't lose it on Thursday, but can certainly
win it on Sunday.
Win on
You
Sunday.
can lose it on a Thursday, but you can't win the tournament
that's
on
right.
a Thursday. You
That's
said it backwards.
I said it backwards. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right, good show. Jeremiah was great. We went along with JJ.
I thought that was one of our best shows lately.
Yeah, we'll get him on. He said he'd come back on again after the draft. A lot of jazz talk leading up to next week's draft, so it's going to be fun. Good little take there on. He's going to go interview Lance Anderson, so you have to watch for that on KSL tonight.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Well, I didn't even get to ask him about a couple of other questions I had on tap, but we went long, and so we'll have to have him on again. You got 4 more World Cups, full slate of baseball today. You got the first round of the U.S. Open. It's actually a nice Thursday for sports.
Yeah, it is.
Good stuff. I'll Paulie rate the show.
Really good today. I'm going to go 9.8. Higher than
Wow.
normal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
You went 9.5 yesterday, 9.8 today. Paulie liked his performance. Pat yourself, Paulie, with a 9.8.
Likey.
Yeah. He nailed the headlines. That pushed us over the edge.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys, thanks for listening. Thanks to our great show sponsors. We'll see you tomorrow.